Today I'm going to answer a question that I get all the time when I'm coaching or teaching classes. It's how do I prevent my wrist from getting hurt when I'm in the plank position or doing push-ups? Hello and welcome back to movementandscience.com. This is the channel you come to when you want to get all the information about how to live pain-free or increase your athletic performance. In a future video, we're going to talk about the difference between pain and sensation, but today what I want to do is just simply give you guys the information on how to make this sensation or pain disappear. And really what we're talking about is not strength, we're talking about technique. When we're doing push-ups or really any physical activity, movement patterns, or exercises, it's all about the angles. The same is true for your push-ups or your planks. So let's go ahead and get down on the mat and you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Okay, so when you're in your gym and you're going to do your push-ups, remember the angles. A lot of times I see people doing push-ups like this. Notice how my elbows were going out and my hands were inward.
Okay, so what I did here is try to illustrate exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So the red line is to indicate the bones, the yellow dots are to indicate the joints. So you can see here that this push-up is not done in right angles. The wrists are way inside of the elbows. Great way to kind of visualize this is hinges on a door. If the door is on properly, then the hinges are not stressed. If the door is skewed, then you're putting a lot of stress on the hinge and the screws that hold that door to the frame.
The better way to do it is to just lay down on the ground and bring your arms to right angles. From there, bring the elbows up and then use that position to do your push-ups. That's one version if you want to do the wide set push-ups. It looks like this.
All right, so what I'm going to show you is the best way to get into that position. So you lay down on the ground, you bring your arms at right angles, and then bring your hands straight back. And this is going to put your hands in a better position. You don't want to pass your shoulders, okay? And then what that allows you to do, in this breakdown, you can see that you're at right angles. Your wrist is right under your elbow and your elbow is perpendicular to your shoulder, so you get that nice right angle. So here is a before and after, a side-by-side comparison. On the left, you see that the wrists were coming in, and that's going to create that stress on that joint. And on the right, you see that the wrist is right under the elbow.
Another way to mitigate that wrist pain when you're doing a push-up is keeping the elbows really close to the body. That's also going to work on your chest, but you're going to feel it in your triceps as well. So lots of people will call this a tricep push-up, but it is a really great way to keep that wrist safe. So I'm going to hop back on the mat and I'm going to show you how to do those.
All right, so here we go. Take the hands and bring the hands right underneath the shoulders and keep those elbows as close to the body as possible. Engage the abdominal muscles, and then you can exhale on the way up. And keeping everything tight.
I love adding different variations to the push-up. It's a phenomenal body weight exercise that I think sometimes gets overlooked. But remember when you're doing them, it's not about speed. I see a lot of people that can do push-ups really well, so they increase the number of reps without really focusing on the form and technique every single time you do a push-up. So slow and steady is really going to maximize your benefits than doing them fast. If you have more questions about how to do a push-up, I have a basic exercise or basic movement patterns video. I'll link up in the card, I think on this side or maybe this side, not sure. But check that out. That's going to give you not only how to do push-ups, but other basic movement patterns as well. Again, thank you so much for visiting Movement in Science. I hope this was helpful. If you have other videos or other questions that you would like for me to answer, leave comments below. I love interacting with you guys and you letting me know how I can help. That's how to protect your shoulders when you are doing any type of plank, push, or movements in yoga.
Check these videos out that I've recommended for you, and also take a look at some of my personal favorites.